Yeah. Nah. If you wonder what I'm doing, I'm just loading my charts because I had to restart my machine. Hey, g'day guys, Sam here from TradeToProspa to give you another update on cryptocurrency. I've got a few people are obviously a bit concerned about what's the best play to do, what's the bottom, where should they start coming in, and these are the questions I'm going to try to answer along the way. And if you've got any questions, please post them so I can respond, and I'll see how we go. I'll give it one or 2 minutes. and I'll just type one or two things just to make sure everything's working fine, especially with the volume. Give me a sec. I'll do a test. Okay, that works. Good. Let's look at our charts. Number of indicators and macro, and there's small time frames as well. All right. I think I'm ready. A good indicator for the crypto market is the tether, I believe. In the past, and I talked about this in a number of videos, and I have a theory, and that theory is basically the tether gives us an indication of the tops and bottoms as well. And I'm using this trend line along the way, and when we capitulated last time, that was our level. That was our level there for capitulation, and we're pretty much another level similar. We might get another scoop, and eventually we might just break to the upside, and this is my area of interest for if we are to capitulate. I don't know how this is going to turn out to be. It's just a theory, but from this double top, we had a number of cases where we had those instances where Bitcoin or crypto reacted to certain levels of tether utilization. So this is basically the beginning. From here, this is basically the beginning of the bear market. If this was to come down below there, then I would have been bullish based on a few other, obviously, other elements to the chart. So looking at tether, it's a pretty good indicator in terms of alignment with cryptocurrency. It's not the only tool that we look at that will make sense, but it is a powerful tool. Once we understand that, we could then look at a number of other items. Let me have a look for a sec. Launch chart. This is another other tool set. No, that's not the one I wanted. It was the XO chart. That's the one I was looking for. Can people just write a few comments on the chat line or YouTube so I can see if this browser is working? Because in the past, when people type stuff, I have an issue trying to see comments. And usually people post comments and I don't see it for some reason. All right, so this is not good. It didn't save my settings. Bear with me, guys. Looks like we found some support. Bummer. I'll get back to it later. The other aspect to this chart, all these other indicators, is the SP500, and we've got a good rejection, seems to be last night, and now we're finding a bit of a support bounce, which is correlating to Bitcoin as well. So the $1 trillion market dropped a big percentage yesterday or today, depending where you are. To me, it's a new day, and I missed most of that action. So looking at this chart, we have a clear defined resistance level, and that line was there for some time now. This is that level there. We need to break if we want to go bullish. However, if you look at this channel, I don't think the SP500 is going to go anytime bullish anytime soon. This is the level, and what's happening in a similar case, we probably have a trend line of some sort. So if we drop below that, so we've got our 200 weekly moving averages here, and we couldn't break that level. And my understanding from SP500 perspective, what I did was, I think it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we probably did our ABC already. Elliott wave count, A, B, and C. That might have taken place. The other aspect is that we could have a bigger response, which that could be our A, our B, and our C, just to go a bit further higher into the 200 daily moving averages and then come down. It's going to be an interesting response the way this is taking place, but let's just hide those for a sec. And we can't be bullish anytime soon, so let's look on the smaller time frame. It doesn't look good. The reason being is very similar to Bitcoin before, and we talked about this. This is a rising wedge, and that was a shorting position. So if we find support here, it's likely to find resistance on the 0.5 potentially. So if we get a bit of a bounce, probably get a rejection or get into the golden pocket, and eventually we drop. This is a broadening structure, if you can see. This doesn't look good at all. This was very similar to Bitcoin in a way, on a different angle. And once we break this level, guys, it's gonna drop hard. So for today, we're gonna have a relief bounce. The question is, whereabouts is relief bounce going to take place? If you look at that relief bounce, that's going to be aligned with our, where are we? That's one, probably the better one. Let me just move it across. So we're having a relief bounce here. And if you look in the historical perspective, when we capitulated, say we dropped this level, like we did last time, what we had was we went down to the fib of 1 and found the bounce. And then we went down. So we're looking at this correspondence here at the moment. So if we were to bring this across, it's lined up with this fib here at the moment. So that 2017, just looking in a similar fashion, I'm just tracking it. It's working so far. The methodology is working so far. Finding our Fibonacci level, finding support, and historically this, you can see how this went up, this one went up. It's a bit different behavior. 7%, 8%, still a good bounce. And then you can see that reversal pattern taking place. Clear bear flag in the making. And my guess is that we're going to have a bear flag of some sort. So if we were to do that, And if we were to align this one up, this one's a bit strong. So we break above the 618, but irrespective, we might just expect some type of bear flag. It could be a channel, but it's definitely going to go down, in my opinion. No reversal. The question is, how high can it go? Can it go up to that level? What we're looking for is pretty much a formation, and I'm looking for an entry that will give me a short position, because we are expecting it to go down to these levels for good support, and further down if depending on the SP 500 and US dollar. Just hold on for a sec. Out of my room. Come on. Out. Every time I do stuff, my little ones come in. All right. So I've got a number of charts, obviously, and they are very defined in different strategies and perspectives. We look at the macro, and then we'll look at the medium macro, and obviously small time period. So we've broken this level, and no, that's so our 2 is going to be no, I don't want that. Our 2 could be down here. So looking at this structure here, I've talked about this 1, 2, 3 move. So that's our 1. We're looking for our 2. This is a good spot. The 0.5 Fibonacci, 14,000. I would think there will be a good bounce, but I still feel this is going to be our level of interest, somewhere around here at this point of time. We can go to more. Not sure what you guys are interested in, how to trade it. So trading methodology is based on a number of strategies. Can't really give you those. I can't teach you those strategies here. Finding an entrance to shorting is a method, and one of those methods is pretty much cradle strategy. So Cardano's bounced a fair bit. Okay. So they're also going up, and if we look at, yep, Bitcoin dominance is dropping hard, and let's see how that goes. So they're also bouncing hard. ADA is one of them. So let's have a look quickly. I don't want to miss out either, guys. If you look at this chart, it's really well aligned with our 1 as well, and the middle of this channel. So if you look at this long-term trend, this also aligns the bottom with using the Fibonacci. I have somewhere between 10,300 to 11,000 or so. That's where I think the bottom could be. However, down here you can see how it dropped further, and the worst case scenario is 8,000 range down here. 7 to 8,000 range, that could be the worst case scenario I'm looking at. Bear with me, guys, while I just reorganize some tabs. I want to see how I'm tracking for my trades. in the comments section. That's still not there. Where's the comments? That's crap. Let me go trading view from another tab. Give me, actually probably, I'll show you what I'm having problems with. So I've got 17 views, free online. I don't see any of the comments. It's the problem with, okay, here we go. There's some comments. I don't see those. Only when I refresh the screen. Really sucks. Right then, hopefully this one will update. Something with the browser that's changed lately, guys. So I can see 2 comments there. And let's try to do the live chat box. So here's a live chat box. Hopefully when you look at that and you can't see anything else, then it might give me a clue on maybe YouTube. Right, here we go. I'll just put that, I don't know, where should I put that? Just push it a bit to the side. It should do it. All right. So guys, a bit disorganized in that sense. Now, when we look at the US dollar, which also has a correlation to the crypto market and SP 500, we see that it's found a bit of resistance on the smaller time frame, which is that level. And if we look at closer, let's do this. We're still not sure if this is going to drop. For the market to be bullish, we need to break this level. We need to break this level, that trend line, and we've already broken this, which gave it a bit of a boost, but we're still on support. This level where I have red is support, and until we break that, we can't really go bullish. So they make it green. So that's, and what I'll do is change these background colors. Too much color there. And what we have the short-term Fibonacci, and the 618 is likely to be resistance. Okay, could I do that? Give or take, yep. So our 0.5 Fibonacci is holding up. Let's do that. So the clear definer is this green zone, this level here, for the bull market to really start at this point. This could be easily, like you can see here, this could easily go to the upside and the crypto market will drop further. So at the moment, it's finding resistance here, US dollar, and it could easily come back down, and that might give us a boost in correlation to the SP 500, and then obviously Bitcoin as well. Here we go. Short time. There was a chart. Just hold on for a sec. Where is that? I'll put that in the front. So looking here on the smaller time frame, on the hourly, this is the beginning of a reversal, or I think of a bounce, but the problem is finding an entry, a little double top, maybe double bottom, or a little further. So this is our selling climax, and this box is going to have activity up and down, sideways, whatever it is. 2618 is where we probably go up to, so 17,500 wherever. And if you look to our left, if it does, yeah, so what was that? 17,644. It's not going to go that high. That there is our previous support level. So we had that support. So when you look at this little picture, let's do that again. Here's our support, support, support. And now in the small picture of things, that could be our resistance. So let's just organize this in a way that, yeah, maybe we'll just stick to that on a small time frame. So that level is on the smaller picture resistance, because we try to find support and we break down below it. So that's going to act like resistance for the time being. And what we're going to have here is a bit of a bounce, maybe a bit of a rejection here. And what we need to do is bring out our Fibonacci, bring out our moving averages and see what we can do. Okay. So that is a nice reversal structure at the moment. However, you can see the fear in this. Let's just play a few things here. We need more clues to the puzzle. That's what it is. So what we're going to do is just play around with this for a sec. That's our cleared fib level. And then we have another one here. And we're going to see if they overlay each other. Actually, that's not one. That's one. And that's one there. Okay. So let's just do this for a sec. This might help us a bit. And you can see how things are starting to work out with Fibonacci. All right, so we have a resistance level now. That's pretty much our resistance, previous candle. And if we were to bring this up a bit, give me a sec. Just to the top, sometimes that works. Now, what we can do is subdivide this. Rough numbers, so it's like a channel. And this is the 30 minutes, so maybe let's just add the moving averages. And MACD. Now we're going to look for an entry. Oops. We're going to look for shorting entries if they come about. there is, at the moment you can see there's a hidden bullish divergence taking place. Let's look on the 1 hour. Again, it's crossed over. So this 10-20 moving average, you can see how it's been playing resistance all this time. So what we're going to look for now is confluence. Let's see here. We got this level. That's number one. We have this level, previous support, looking as for resistance. So we can say that. And so when we look at this and we look at, hold on, where is it? Maybe I'll get rid of the price. I just want the fibs at the moment. It's all too confusing otherwise. Let's just get that out. We're going to look for an overlay if there's a boost. Now let's look at this. The 618 there and the 618 there. Yeah, so that's a double. So this level is going to be strong resistance in the short term. And what we're going to look for is a rejection candle. So what we can do for now is just get rid of these. Otherwise, we're going to look for formations, and it's too early to look for formations. What we're going to look for is a red candle in the 1 hour. Something that looks like a reversal about to take place. I'll give you an example. Here we had support, and here we had resistance. You can see that bearish candle that took place after a big move, and then this next candle pretty much said down. That was on a smaller time period, didn't quite hit our 10 and 20 moving average, because that was a downtrend here, and that was pretty clear. Here we have a bit of an issue where there's more divergence on a small space. But we're going to look for a red candle. The red candle could either occur here, in my opinion, or the red candle could occur here. So this could still go up there and meet our 20 moving average, as well as we just need to keep a track on this, what that's doing at the same time. But we've got two levels to watch. So one's roughly about 16,400 and something right now. The other one is probably this level. And if we go to that level, we might get a rejection, and we might find support, and we might do that. So then we have a clear trend line. So we've got to keep an eye on this. This level is of area of interest, and this zone is an area of interest to me. So if we get a good bounce for the SP 500 and Tether, let's see what Tether's doing right now at the moment. US dollar's not doing much. Don't want that. Where's Tether? There, Tether's there. In smaller time frame. So Tether is corresponding to the bounces at the moment. So what we want to look with Tether is a similar, opposite. An uptrend. So we're going to look for a green candle. Actually, this should be the opposite. So we have a moving, let's put the MACD in there. I already have it. So what we're going to look for is a green candle occurring to look for a reversal corresponding to Bitcoin, really, because the majority of this is related to Bitcoin. So at the moment, it's a nice uptrend. We're getting a pullback, and that pullback maybe could be here in this zone. It's very close to the 0.5 or the 618. We want to see a reversal candle. This level is support. So this is our level of support previously, and this area was resistance. Very so small, so we can find a green candle here or a green candle there. And if they break through, then we'll look at a bigger time frame. Yep. And then we'll look for a alignment with Bitcoin in that sense. So we're looking for a scoop. What we're looking for is basically a cup shape coming. The candles will give us a clue. If there's a green candle in this zone, it's likely to go up. We'll look at the MACD. The MACD is confluent, so it's doing what it's supposed to do. And it might become where they just bounce off like that. And that's our entry, green candle, and so on. However, we might get a rejection here with a double top, and that will confirm basically that Bitcoin's got a local bottom, and we could probably see a deeper pullback with the tether and more more of a bounce. Get rid of this one. More of a bounce for Bitcoin in this pocket. Where is it? Here we go. So at the moment, got the rejection on the 0.302, and okay. And this is what short time frame is this? Let's go to 4 hour on this one. Oh shit! What happened there? Click on the wrong one. Auto. Okay, so we need to keep an eye on this. At the moment, there's nothing really to do in that sense. So let's look at Ethereum, see if Ethereum is doing something for us. Ethereum's much more bullish. I did average in for Meta, and I'll have a look at that as well. But as I can see, no one's making any requests, so I'm just going to continue on unless there is no update. Let me just type in hello again. Pause this. See if that's working. No, it's not working. Bugger. How do I refresh this? You can't see my comments either. Not sure why that happens, but so I can't see any comments here. Give me a sec, guys. I don't know the technical reason for it. What I want to do is get another browser. Let's see what this does. Stuff with FTX as well. All right, let's see if this makes a difference in terms of. Okay, I'll see the comments here. This browser shows me the comments. Bugger. Let's see if that continues to work. Test. Let's see if that is seen. Yeah, that one works better. All right. So the other browser is not working for me for some reason. So we're looking for a reverse, a shorting position. Here we can see the MACD is bullish divergent, and that's playing out. So we're going to move to the upside. How much was that so far? I'm thinking 7 to 8% move. Ooh, it's already 10%. Far out. And we've got a breakout. Okay, on a small time frame. Guys, don't go too bullish. We're going to find better start taking profits when we get towards this level. So taking profits is a smart thing to do, because understand that we're in a downward trend. This is a downtrend. It's going to have bounces along the way, and people like me will be looking for shorting positions. And when you look at the big picture, if I can get it out, we broke a key level, and I'll find a chart that will explain that. Let's show you why it's a key level. Okay, I can close those. Right. Give you why this is a key level that we broke, this part here. And in general, that would be a good position to go long. So now you can see when I did the fib extension, the reason why it was a good level to enter, it was a 1.618. So when we break that level, you can see it's an area of significance. Don't worry about the channel, just look at the Fibonacci perspective. Once we break that level, and you can see the 1.272 pretty much acted as support, resistance. So we're in this motion. When you look at this, it's going to either do two things. It might play this out, this measured move. That's very possible. Or from there. So that's why I got these boxes in different ways. That measured move can play out. So I give you that scenario. A, B, C. We also, what I've been looking at is, this is my 1, this is my 2. I was thinking that's 3 and 4. My 4, I thought 4 will go a bit higher, maybe with this move, but it played out something similar to this, where I thought it might just drag out on a bit longer, but actually, if you align it with this, it was here that dropped. So we pretty much dropped from there with this structure. So we had this structure up to a point, and we didn't really play it. Maybe the FTX thing prevented that from playing out, in my opinion. But I was still bearish. I thought it might drag out, but we lost that momentum with the FTX Binance debacle, and we're playing a bit quicker. So when you look at this, the 1.618, now we're going to be in a downtrend, and look for wave 5. How do we find wave 5? That's the mystery. There's a few ways. We can extend this Fibonacci. Could be 2, 2.414, and where's the other one? Could play that out as well. So that's one way of doing it. The big moves, measured moves down. We got this method as well. And in some cases, when we do this, we can also use that to there as 1, give or take. And I wonder if I can do, let me just get rid of this. Right. And give or take a bit. So if we do this, that's 1. Bit of both. Hit the 1.44. So 14K could be a good area to target. I don't think 15K. I don't think is going to hold. Like I said, I think it's just going to have a bit of a relief bounce, and then continue down. This area between 13,600 and 14,200 is an area of interest. Maybe start averaging in, but you need to align it with this, really. Where we go? Keep missing it. All right, I'll put that in the front. So that's how I'm looking at the measured move. There is another way of looking at all of this. So let's just get all this back. And this one here. The other aspect is, okay, let's look at the bigger picture. And we get our Fibonacci from the top and bring it all the way down to the previous bottom. Give or take, wrong setting. Now you can see the 0.382 acted as resistance. This 0.15 is our potential next target from using this method. Yeah. Now if I was to bring that other stuff in, let's just, the Fibonacci, it's equated to our 1.618. So I think this level will have a bit of a bounce. And when you look across, as this is the weekly, from the weekly perspective, we had a fair bit of support here, right there. So weekly level, that is a weekly level here, give or take. It's not the best. We got our previous resistance there. So we might just say that level is a level of interest with combining all them together. I still think it's going to go down lower, but we might have a good strong support. At this level, there's nothing really strong. That is a weekly level there. That one, there's a weekly level, but yeah, this might hold it up a bit, but I think it's going to come to the bottom of this. So we have the wicks. So if we say the wicks, that zone might be a good zone for some support. Obviously that is a 12k range. And so we've got the 0.5 fib, we've got the 1.618. As you can see, it's not going to be easy to figure out where there's going to be a bit of a rally. I don't think it's going to be the bottom. I think it's a good position of rally. Here there's not really, actually that weekly level's there, isn't it? Okay. But now you can see my 618 is here. From that perspective, the issue I have is if I do the top and I do this bottom, that wick, keeps doing that, I don't know why. I'll make that yellow. Now we have a different set of goals. So this might be it there, like that, 618, 618. That might be a nice level. And when you look at it, if I was to drag this across, you can see, right? That is a good strong support level. And the yellow 618 is there. Oh, sorry, that. I'm making a mistake there. That zone. So this band is probably a good area to average in. Does it meet our requirements from a 518? Let's just do this for a sec. So the 2.1272, and that still makes, that's a good number as well from my experience. So the bottom is somewhere there. Now the question is, it could actually, yeah. So the question is, where's our Y5? Give me a sec. So I'm thinking wave 5 is somewhere around here. And then what we are likely to do, and I'm thinking aloud, we have our A, potentially B, and then in the next move up. Give me a sec. So we have our wave 5. Then we have our A. No, sorry. Yeah, mixed up here. That is our A, yep. That is our B. No, that's meant to be C. So if we get a rally, and in this case, this rally took to the 618 level. So if we were to get here and go at 618, I don't know which one to use though. If we use the top one, it seems like it's too high for me. I might just use this one here. And what we might do is we have our A, B, and then further C, potentially. If it even gets there, well, I'll use a 0.5 there, probably more likely. So whenever we find the bottom, if that's the bottom, we might get up to that level there. So if that's our bottom, we might get up to the 0.5 fib level and then have another correction and then maybe come back down lower. Or we just go lower all the way through. So a wave 5, just what we could do is another wave 5. So if this is L1, maybe a 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have our big move. Yep. Many possibilities. No idea how that's going to be. So if that's our 1, maybe that's, and our 2 is a bit of a bounce. 3, 4 might be resistance, and then 5 further down. We get two phases to it. But in the meantime, no trade yet for shorting. You take the chance going long. Ethereum's pretty much found a bit of resistance right on that trend, that fib level. Can't see my fib settings. Jeez. Bad thing about having, I wish I could just make those fibs appear on the screen here, and so you have to drag it across. If there's any tools that can do that. Let me just do this for a sec. It really sucks when you have to pull everything close together. Where is it? You can see the dilemma I have, dragging all this across. Then they cross over each time. When I go to the 1 hour, I can't still see it. I go out. There we go. Surely there could be an easier way to do this. So let's go to the 1 hour. A bit of strong move. Still looking for this pocket to be resistance and then come back down again and maybe go down further. Definitely resistance here. Does look like a bit of a reversal structure. This is going to be a automatic. I think this will be an automatic response. It will come back down and do something like that. Maybe then we can get to that point there and then back down. What would that give us? Might give us either a channel of some sort or boarding wedge. I'm looking for something like that. It's going to go sideways for a while. And this is not looking good at all. US dollar's not going up. Dominance is dropping. So they're also doing well. Let's check out a few other charts. VET did a good bounce. Go for a bigger time period on that one. Good bounce. But if you're the bears like me, you'll look for a shorting position. So be careful going long. You might average in, but you got to average in at the right time. That would have been the perfect spot, obviously, as you guys stop loss way down there. But those who are playing this short game, they'll start taking profit as this goes up to the fib levels. So take 20% there, maybe take a 30% there, and if it goes up, take, you know what I mean? So as it goes up, they'll take profit, and then the weakness kicks in, and that's when the bears come in and they short it. I need to fix that chart, but not today. So what we saw before, this is all disappeared now. But if we look at our community here, what we did, there's a heat map and a whole bunch of other stuff. So our heat map, doesn't even open. That doesn't help. Maybe one of these heat maps. Where is it? No. Was it downloaded? No. Funding rates dropped, as you can see. Bummer. Let me see these ones. There's a heat map that really shows you. Quick look. Where's quick look? Quick look. Okay. Bummer. None of them. Let's see if I can find it somewhere else. Really annoying where an image like that I can't open. So the reason I'm concerned is I can click on these. My team can't see that. So even when I didn't realize they couldn't see it, no one commented. But there you can see very closely there was a peak of open interest at that level. And that was round there. And that was a good entry. and aligned with a few other things. If I show you here, it was a good entry there, key fib level, and there was a lot of open interest, and that's where we're getting the bounce. However, I can't show it here. Okay, would have been good if I could show you that. Maybe it's on my Discord. Give me a sec. So what I'm saying is this tool is pretty good for finding hotspots and for rejections. At the moment, when we look at this, bit of support there at 16K now, and bit of resistance here at 16,600 based on this heat map. And this is Bitcoin futures. It's the only way we can do it. So be wise on that. And we're looking at open interest. They're pretty much flattened out. So there was a bit of interest here. What time frame is this? 1 hour. Okay, let's do 4 hour. Here we go. So open interest kicked in there. 4 hour. This might do it. This showed it there, I suppose. Bit of intensity there. Finding the spot. But anyway, this is a useful tool. And doesn't seem like there's much, except for up here, there's a bit of intensity right here where there's a bit of intensity there. Heat map, find resistance, so we're already close to it. The volume pretty much stays around here, which is 18,000, but I don't think I'll get that far. Here's the next, so the volume profile is around there, 17,000, round numbers really. And that's our support at the moment from a volume perspective. I'm going to look at a few charts here, guys. Let's have a look. Atom, so it's, yeah, Atom's coming into the pocket for resistance. Nice. So we might look for a shorting position for Atom as well. This entry, so this is a 1 hour chart. Looking for an entry there. We can get rid of this one. Don't need that anymore. Let's look at that. That's a good level. Just need the candle. And price, it's divergent, so we can get a bit of a pullback. We got 55 minutes for this candle to close. So it just started. And then if it's not the candle, we'll go up another time frame, one more higher, and then we'll look at the next level of support and resistance. So looking, that could be the one level there. So if we don't get a red candle here of a bearish nature, then we'll look at, from a 1 hour perspective, then we'll go to a 2 hour and look for one over here. So, and then come back down. That's Atom. Let's see how I'm going with Matic and Optimum. Let's see how Optimism. Okay, Optimism. I'm shorting Optimism. I did a good entry, lucky for me. Somewhere 212. 212. So I did a short there. Oh, it's only a few trades I did well. 36%. All right, cool. I'm doing well on that. I don't think it's going to come up. So looking at Optimism and get rid of that background. So that's a structure. It might come back down to this structure here. You might come to the top of it and hold for optimism. You might just, this area might just hold and then just continue. Really depends. But that I do see this level as a good entry. Otherwise, it's just going to fall through, and previous bottom wouldn't make sense. But for now, similar to the other charts, that's a good bounce actually. What's that? 16%. Do not go long. Take profit if you have taken some of it. I should have took some profit there for optimism, and then short it again. Bugger. And where's my Matic? I should look at Link and FTM. Dodge would have been dropping a fair bit. Chile's dropped heaps. And where's Matic? Solana too. Let's see what Solana does. Okay, we'll have a look at ETH. So let me cover Ethereum in detail. Ethereum's pretty good. I thought that it will do a double bottom, so it's possible they will do a double bottom. Would it break 1200? Oh, on the upway? No, let's see. You can see how the Fibonacci is respected, right? What was that? That was 1200. So, no, 1250, you can see we had a lot of resistance. This was a lot of resistance. So this is going to be a strong resistance level. That's roughly 1240, 1250. So when you look at rejections like that, you know that's going to be a strong rejection level. It's just, you just go with it. So this is pretty much looking at a double bottom. So far it's come down to this level, Fibonacci wise. And we have this trend line as well from the bottom. So I think the market's going to drop further. So 1200, it would, if it gets to 1200, I would take profit, definitely. 1250 is probably the highest it'll go. I don't think it'll go any higher than that. We're in bear market, mate. So it's there's going to be more shorts than longs. I think the dip is over. Unless retail got smashed, right? All those buying was, from my understanding, is all spot trades. That's where the funding came from, spot trades. The futures and the big money did not come into this market. They're not coming. So the futures is what drives up Bitcoin, and the future funding is gone elsewhere, either to gold or wherever it is. But I remember some people who got access to on-chain data that I don't, they were talking about that aspect of the money, the funding. So a lot of this, if you look at a lot of the charts, especially if you look at on-chain data, it's all about HODL and spot trading. And the problem with that is, well, the problematic item of that is it doesn't factor in future trade cash flow. Those are the ones that will drop the market. Those are the ones that will bring it up. Spot trading, spot volume means jack shit in terms of entry. That's why Willy Woo stopped his his services on reporting, because the future market and the funding from that is hard to factor into the overall pricing spot. So when you look at on-chain data, you look at what the crypto is doing and where it's moving. So the only aspect you can have is if there's a lot of crypto moving to the exchange or going away from the exchange, wild moves, but that's all you can do. But it doesn't talk about the futures and like the CME charts and all the rest. Those are that money decides most of the stuff that takes place. So when we look at charts, we can look at it from a technical perspective, and it's good to look at the other markets that will really make a determining thing. So could you please look at the ES futures? All right. So if we look at, let's have a quick look. Actually, I could have done pulled out my old one. Was it a one? So that's pretty much it. So it's not much different, and we can see when we look at this chart, and I've done a fair bit of it, you can look at it from a number of perspectives, right? You can say, okay, that's the main trend line, and you can, whoops, I can go through it all, and you can go, okay, a broadening wedge. However, that could be deceptive if you look at it from that perspective. What you can do is, okay, go, all right, let's go into the daily, actually, probably easy to do. We have only a certain amount of tools that we can play with, and okay, we'll look at that. And we'll just raise it a bit. It's a 0.5. The other aspect we can do is, we did this as well, swing low to swing high. So if you do it from a number of perspectives like this, you go swing low to swing high, you'll see a common factor coming in. I'll just hide that for a sec. I'll make that black. And you see how Fibonacci works. They hit the 1.414. So if I was to get rid of this for a sec, you can see how that hit the 1.414 and then the 1.618. And then we add, this is broken for some reason. My 200 moving averages, yeah, it's broken, bloody thing. So what we have is a 200 moving averages, but let's do the daily. That's the, what is that? That's the EMA. And I don't know why it broke. Why it's not moving? Like anything. We'll do the 200 weekly. So our 200 weekly is there. That's the EMA. No, I don't want that. And we have our 200 SMA. I know why. This is using this crap here. It's not making sense. EMA, SMA is different. Oh, far out. So what I can do is just easier way. Or is the script broken? Yeah, the script's changed. This is not right. That's why someone's changed the script. Let's do this TGMA. That's better. So we've got a 21 monthly. And we've got the 200 weekly. Well, we'll do the daily actually. And we'll do the SMA. There we go. Bit better. You can see the difference. Bloody hell, I don't know why it broke. So when we look at this, and that tells us our ABC options. And when we look at one more, two more, our 200 moving average, the moment we break that, we're going to have a big macro change in trend. And we have the 200 weekly EMA. So there we go. We've got those charts. And you look at it in the past, and this is what comes to mind, is here. When we get a bounce, and then we find there's resistance and we come down. This is 2008, the housing crisis. I'm looking at this model. So you can see the 200 moving average on the daily acting as resistance. It didn't get there. But then the 200 weekly, once the support's broken, we capitulate. And I think this is reserved for next year. That's my thinking. So when we look at this, my method is, all right, that if that's our support, I'll make it a 618 level, even if that wick. And now you can see certain things will line up. And if we add these on, God help us, but it's very possible. When we lose these 200 moving averages that's going around here, this level, so I'll change my mind when we break this trend line and break these 200 daily moving averages. That's when I change my mind. That's coming down, and this is going to go sideways. I was expecting a bit more of a bounce and then rejection and then more like that. So come next year, this is what's going to take place, in my opinion. What does it mean for Bitcoin? I got no idea. So when we look at the future market like that, at the moment it's not really doing much either. I thought it would perform better, to tell the truth. And it's struggling to perform better. So we had this structure here. This structure is a clear reversal. This isn't. This doesn't look like a reversal from what we got. Like, look how much it just got shot back. So when we look at this and we go, all right, that's the fib level there. Using that top, 0.618, you got a rejection roughly. Yep. And now the 0.5 gave a rejection. It doesn't look good at all, even the stock market. And if you look at the shares, now this is the daily, and the MACD is about to cross over potentially. So, and then we look at the formations, I suppose. Like I had this formation. This was more like you can say a channel. So we bounce around in that channel. So that kind of stuff is usually wave 3 and 4. So if I was doing this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. Now we're having an ABC correction, and then we're going to start again. From a weekly perspective, we're just holding on. Now, if I look at my other SP500 chart on the weekly, it's not the one actually. Let me have a look. Give me a sec. There's a bigger chart. That's not what I was after. Okay, that's Bitcoin. No, I didn't want that. What's this one? All right. I had multiple charts here. Dow Jones. Dow Jones is starting to top off. It's showing a topping off structure. US dollar. Okay, you can see how that is. But this is the chart I want you to look at. It's not bugger. Really had it. But actually, let's do this. Load. Could be in this one. You see how much detail I've gone into it. And my moving average is all broken. Freaking hell. So my charts are all broken. Bullish divergence playing out here, but not quite working through there yet. This is actually a good chart. You can see the channel, and it's trying to hold this level. And that's our wave count. So this is our 3 to 4 actually, and wave 5 is down here, further down, and then we have our ABC potentially. What I'll do is delete all this, and what we can see, I had it in other charts, but I'll do it here. This is a channel, and if we do a good job of it, give or take a bit, that's a channel there, right? We're on the bottom of that channel as well. My strategy is, if I do that, give or take a bit, so deviation to the channel, let me just broaden that right there. What I'll do is I'll move it the middle, lining up. Now we can see potentially the deviation. Once we break this level, we can go to this level here, and the third deviation to the channel. Actually, should have done that. I'll still get the middle, and give or take a bit, I'll get that wick. Now you can see the deviation where this could, if we break that, we've got this level, and then we've got that level. Now that sort of fills in the best that I think it can happen for this market, assuming that it doesn't break any of this. So that could be a channel to the downside with some deviation of some sort. If it could stay there, but if it capitulates, it could do one of these. So what we have here, that's the 200 daily, and what's this one? 200 weekly. So when you look at previous, so all we can do is look at the previous. This structure here, you can see when that crosses, these two cross, and they seem to be heading towards a crossing. That's when we're going to see a drop. So that's something that worth noting as well. I might save that. Yep. So that I'll look at it from that perspective as well. Bitcoin, let's see what's happening at the moment. Yeah, so it's finding resistance there. Can we short it? Not yet. But you can see that that's already acting as a resistance and not looking good at all. This works. This method works. It's a cradle strategy. And if you really want to learn it, you can come to my website and subscribe, and I'll give you one-on-one. You will learn this strategy and 5 strategies that I have. This is one of 5. Downtrend, uptrend. This works. You can go into details. Got some examples on videos. And we're looking for a bullish candle here potentially. That's starting to turn green a bit. So give it take a bit. Is it that one there? Yeah. Okay. So it's using that one there. If it happens here, it's actually more bullish than I hoped for. I don't want Tether to be that strong. But then again, it's going to be hard to find an entry if it's that strong. So this is a 2 hour. I'll need to go to the 1 hour. Yeah. So it's already looking to. So if this green candle in 30 minutes engulfs that, understand that it's going to go up. And that's likely for crypto to drop more. So let's look at Solana. Really disappointed with Solana. FTX really wrecked me on that one. But lucky I had some stops. One of my stops didn't work, that bloody thing. That's nasty. Solana's meant to be good. 63. Oh, if I was short of that. So we can see how I haven't touched anything, and you can see how that was a supporting level. And you know what? It might even come down to the $3 range the way it's going. I'll be surprised if it does. I think it will just do that. If it could break that level, then I'll be bullish, which is what, $16. But where is it now? Just a sec. Okay, so it's at $14. So I hit $12 to $14. That's a big bounce. You can see all the greens. Which one's doing the best? Adder's doing the best. Far out. So let's see what Adder's chart looks like. Okay. knew I should have shorted at her. Oh, just look at that. So break that, expected the drop, but getting the entry was the hard part, Tara. There was a whip, yeah, so you would have been whipped out of it. And anyway, so it's come down to an area. I still feel like it's going to go down further. That's my area of interest. This pocket here, the way things are, it's got a good bounce though. Seems like a channel of some sort. Yeah, that looks like a channel. So good bounce, but I'll see that resistance now. Can't give much comment there, but take profit pretty much. Matic is probably one of the best ones out. I see Matic. I had a discussion on this. This is one scenario, but if it drops that level, we got those fib levels. But I am still bullish on Matic. Would it come down to this bottom for double bottom? That's the question. Yeah, there is some concern about this, that it's going to drop. So look at that, the rejection there. That's a strong rejection. It might recover, but it's bounced a fair bit. Jeez. Okay, now we're hitting that. Now this is the thing. They're all hitting their resistance levels, and in this case, so we can go to a 2-hour chart, and the 2-hour is probably doing a good job of it. Previous resistance. I think there's going to be a rejection soon, so that will mean that Tether is going to go up. Yeah, I did look at stocks. So we covered SP 500. Where is it? Give us a sec. So that's SP 500 stocks, and short term wise, it's got a good rejection. Dow Jones. Let's have a look at Dow Jones for a sec. Let's look at the yield. 10-year yield. See what's that doing. So that's still going up. Geez, that's probably why it's going well. The US dollar. I haven't looked at this for a while. So yep, apply Fibonacci, and you know what? It starts to work. So I thought this will be wave 3, 4, wave 5 maybe, a bit of an ABC correction. But you can't use, actually probably can. So we have a bit of a bearish divergence in the making. It's playing out a bit of a correction. What can we use? Okay. It might come down a bit. Or it's at a level where it can still go up. Have we had that high before? No. So this, even though this is coming down, this still could go up. It could still do that. If it comes down, then that will affect the US dollar. Let's look at another chart, Dow Jones. Let's see what that's doing. Or actually NASDAQ as well. NASDAQ's technology space. So yeah, so you can see where the moving average and the Fibonacci found resistance. Doesn't look good, does it? So Dow Jones, NASDAQ's dropped. This is what, 4-hour chart. That's like ascending wedge as well, and it played that out, and now it's finding resistance. It looks bearish to me at the moment, and this one is way below the 300 moving week. So the 200 weekly moving average is acting as resistance here. So if you can look at that. So this is going to likely one more effort, maybe, and then down. Well, okay, we can look at Tesla. Let's look at Dow Jones for a sec. Okay, there we go. That's why I got the rejection. So Dow Jones is at a level where it's going to be strong resistance. This was a nice W formation. Okay, so that's taking place. We can look at Tesla. I had a look at it last time for the TSL. It's FTX, and well, there's two charts I got. Ooh. So I discussed this, and I thought if it's a distribution structure, it could play a number of ways. This is the neckline, so if it's ever going to hold right there and do a reversal, yeah. But if this is a distribution structure, then that's the neckline. If if it drops below it, it's not. Oh, that's a weekly, isn't it? Far out. Let's look at the 3-day. So this is so I was saying this could be wave 3 to 5, and this is an ABC type of correction. And let's just hide some of this. I thought if it's going to go bullish, so it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's still not out of the game, but it's not looking good. If it could hold this, well, let's see, A, B, C, D. Nah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't. Tesla's looking to drop, and it is probably a distribution. Now, when you look at the stuff around the world where economies are going to slow down a fair bit, there's not going to be much money for buying cars, or people aren't going to. It's going to slow down everything. So my he's looking at buying Ethereum related, no Ethereum. I'm getting into crypto for some reason. Lithium mining companies, they're going up in stock. But my concern about that is if the demand drops, like such as Tesla and the car industry, I think they'll drop coming next year. I think they'll drop a lot, and the mining companies will be also impacted. That's my thinking out loud. So if this is a distribution and one of many, so if we look at this, I'll line it with that. We had a buying climax and our upthrust, and LPSY could be that. It seems to be playing out. So that's our LPSY. And again, the next phase. But what we're likely to see here is the SOE. Maybe. Yeah. You've got to take your chances and go for it. But if we do this, it's headed for that $172. I think it will go to the $172 with that. But this is a neckline. So when we break this neckline, just like that, it's it goes. So we might see something like that. It might come down to this 200 moving average, and then could be a reversal, but I wouldn't buy it. I'll wait and I'll see what happens afterwards. But if there's a reversal structure, then that neckline with the reversal structure is your breakout trade. Otherwise, I wouldn't touch it. Maybe if you can short it. So we got actually we got tokens on that. So I might actually oh shit, the tokens are on I think FTX. That's not going to help. So you can look at that Tesla, and from a non-log perspective, that was the key level there. And you can see when it dropped that key level, it's just dropping. And that was a 0.5 fib level. No matter what people say, these things work. Fibonacci works, everything works. If you just know how to look at it from a perspective. So we'll do swing high, swing low, swing high. There you go, the 1 fib, found it. So this is in my opinion, I don't have the 200 weekly moving average, but it's headed down to there. And can you count that? I think this is going to go much worse. Jeez. There you go. How much is the loss already? Don't forget, guys, this type of stuff is all about the Fed printing money, and the stocks are just going up with that. It's all artificial. And so the Fed stopped printing money. Man, look at it deflate. So it's not looking good at all. All right. Any other questions? Anyone got questions? Let me have a look. Whoops. Let me look at YouTube. No questions on YouTube either. All right. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. So let's have a quick look. A bit of a bounce there. I explained why. And we turn on our log. No, that's not the one. Was that the one? Yeah, that's the one. We got our Fibonacci's. And I do believe we're going down to the 14K range first. We're going to go through 15K on the small time frame. I don't know what happened there. But we are looking at rejection there. I thought it might still, anyway, we'll still wait and see how that goes. It's too early yet, too short. Tether looking a bit strong. And Tether here on the 12 hour. Oh, this is market cap, sorry. On Tether, okay. That's not helping. That's a bearish candle, so it ate away 1 week's work on SP 500. So it lost a lot in 1 week. And this is a bearish candle. So that tells me it's a continuation pattern. If this closes like this is a continuation pattern to the downside. Look at that rejection on the weekly. It's not looking good. Dixie is not looking it's just going sideways at the moment, so there's nothing special there. But the thing is, the stock market's dropping. SP 500. And I suppose the SP 500 is made up from the likes of Amazon and Tesla and a few, whatever they are, the big 500 companies, right? So how come that's green and the other one's red? All right. And if you look at that, nothing special. Where's Ethereum? Ethereum's finding resistance as well, coming there. So looking to short, guys. So that's probably our automatic response. So I think it will come down a bit now. A good bounce. What is that? 10%. Yeah. And it's going to be a hard market to trade, the downside. But that looks bearish at the moment. That could be a bearish candle in the making. And we've got 12 minutes. Then we'll make our decision. All right, guys. That's pretty much what I have. All the best. And if you want to pick up some tips from us or stuff like this anyway, come and join our Telegram channel. What you can do is I'll put it here. Where is it? It is for those who don't know it. You just click on join, click on subscribe, and so I'll put that bot there for you. And what you can do is choose 10 days free trial. So if you say subscribe, I can't do it, but you can. You'll have that 10-day free trial period in there as well. And just click on it. And if you want to join, well, there's monthly and so on. So that's there. If you want to benefit from the likes of this kind of discussion, so be it. Please give me a like and share it with other people if you can. Much appreciated. And I'll talk to you soon. So I'm going to put that bot into the comments and take it from there. Talk to you soon. Cheers.